I'll be taking a look at the Dsi XL. I did get it in midnight blue. I've had this system now about 3 weeks. This is my full review of the Dsi XL. As you can see, like I said, I did get it in midnight blue. And it is a very good system. It is just like the DSi, so if you already own the original DSi, I wouldn't really recommend upgrading to the Dsi XL because it has all the same features as the DSi original. The XL just adds a bigger screen basically, so there's no really improvements except for a bigger screen. It does use the same exact software that the DSi used. And if you own a DS Lite, I wouldn't really recommend upgrading to the Dsi XL or even the DSi because they play the same games. And the software inside of it's not too fancy, so really all you're adding on the DSi models of the DS is just really you're just adding features. And the features aren't too many features, so I wouldn't really recommend upgrading to any of the DSi's if you already own a DS Lite. Maybe if you own the fat DS, the original DS, I would maybe recommend upgrading to Dsi XL. It would be a nice improvement. As you can see right here, it is a very big system, pretty big. I wouldn't really call this a portable system. It is fairly big. So if you're more of a portable gamer, I would really recommend the DSi or even the DS Lite, because as you can see from here, this is a very, very big system to haul around. It is portable, don't get me wrong, but it will feel kind of awkward in your pocket, and it is kind of hard to carry around, so I wouldn't really recommend getting this if you're a portable gamer anyway. On the front of the system, you do got your one camera, and on the inside, you got another camera. Unlike the Dsi XL does have a glossy finish on top, so it will contract the fingerprints and smudges from your hand. Unlike the DSi, the original DSi's, the system isn't all one color. On the back of it, you do got black, and it is like a sandpaper kind of feeling. So you do got a two-tone color going on right here. The top's whatever color you want. They do make it in different colors. I decided to go with blue. They have blue, black, pink, other colors like that. So it is a two-tone color, which is really nice. I do like that going on instead of the one color for the whole system, which is really nice. On the side of it, you do got your micro SD card, and then you do got a stylus. The Dsi XL does come with a bigger pen stylus. It's not portable. You actually can't bring the pen around. You can't fit it in the system, so you do got to put the pen stylus in your like in your pocket or something, because it won't fit in the system, of course. Then on the other side, you do got a rocker switch, just like the DSi's. It is a rocker switch, which is really nice. Then on the back, you do got your slot for your game cards. If you own a DS Lite, you can no longer play Game Boy Advance games. They took out the slot on the bottom for the Game Boy Advance games. So if you own a DSi, no more Game Boy Advance games. But that's not really a big deal to me. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and open the system. As you can see on camera, the system does boost up 4.5-inch two 4.5-inch screens, which is really nice. They are really big and gorgeous for gaming, which is really nice. As you can see, the D-pad, the power button, start and select, A, B, Y, and X. Then you got your 3 LED indicators. You got your Wi-Fi or wireless, charging, and indicating the power's on and what battery strength your battery's at. Then there's your inside camera, and then there's a microphone. Really, there's nothing different between this DSi and the original. There's no difference between the XL and the original DSi except for the bigger screen. Even the buttons are the same size as the original DSi, excuse me. And I'll go ahead and boot on the system. And before I boot on the system, actually I'd like to talk about the cameras a little bit. The cameras on the system are kind of like mediocre, I could say. They're not garbage, of course, but they're not you would be taking like professional photos. They're just fun to they're just there to mess around, and you can edit them and stuff. And you can, if you do have another DSi, you can transfer pictures between two DSi's, which is really fun. And you can store your pictures on the SD card if you would like to. I'm going to go ahead and try this on. Like I said, this system is using the same software as the original DSi, so you won't see anything different. Basically, they just took the DSi software and blown it up on a bigger screen. There's the main interface of the Dsi XL. Here's the home screen, basically. So right now I'm on camera. You got Nintendo DSi cameras. You got your system settings, the game that's in here. I currently have a Kirby Superstar Ultra in here. I just got this game. It's a remake of an SNES game, a Super Nintendo game. It is a very fun game. If you're looking to pick up a good platforming game for the Nintendo DS, I would definitely check out Kirby Superstar Ultra. Like I said, it is a remake of a Super Nintendo game, but it is one of the best games the system has to offer. It is a very fun game, and you can pick this game up very, very cheap, maybe $20 or $24, really cheap. Not nowadays, because it is kind of old. And this system can go higher in brightness. I am currently on 1. Usually if you play like on a brightness of 1 to 2, you can get about 14 or 15 hours. And if you play on 4 or 5, you can get maybe about 5 or 4 hours out of the system. This system gets very, very, very good battery life. I'm impressed with the battery life of the Dsi XL. You don't have to charge it for 3 or 4 days, depending on what kind of brightness setting you're on and if you're using the wireless or the Wi-Fi in it, of course. And you don't have to go into the menu to actually turn on the brightness. You can actually play, if you hold down select and you press the volume buttons, you can turn the brightness up no matter what you're doing. If you're playing a game, if you're in like the cameras or anything you're doing in the system, you don't have to go to the settings to turn up the brightness. You can do it right from the DSi itself. I'll go ahead and turn up the brightness. I'm currently on, I usually play on 1 or 2. There's 2. There's a brightness of 2. I think it looks a little bit better on camera anyway. On the top screen, they removed the clock in the calendar. What you have now is any pictures you take on the DSi will actually appear on the top screen as a background, which is kind of cool. But I really prefer the clock in the calendar. On top, it shows you how loud the system is. I'm currently on full volume. My nickname's XL. You can name the system whatever you want. And then you got the date and the time of day and your battery strength. And on top it says L and R. If you click L and R, the triggers on the back, you can go to camera straight from the menu. Or of course you can click the icon on the bottom to go to the cameras. It's up to you really. The system software is kind of like the Wii, where you can add channels. You can see I'm scrolling through some of the applications. Then here's some empty boxes that you can actually download like more applications and games from the DSi or DSiWare shop or whatever it's called. Then you have a sound. I forgot to mention you do have sound. It is kind of fun. You can listen to music on the Dsi XL just like the original DSi because it got an SD card support, but you can only play AAC files. And when you close the lid to go into standby, you can't listen to music. It turns off, so it's not really a good portable like an MP3 player or a music player. I wouldn't say it's good for music listening, but you can if you want to. But remember, it only plays AAC files. It does not play MP3 files for the main for its music playing. Then you do have the Nintendo DSi shop, where you can download more applications for the empty boxes, like games, applications, and some other stuff you would want to download. Of course, you need Wi-Fi for the Nintendo DSi shop. Then you got DS Download Play. So if a game supports DS Download Play, you can have 1 cartridge and then play on 2 DSs. So if you have a cartridge of a game like Mario Kart and another guy doesn't have any game inside, he can go to DS Download and play with you. That's kind of fun. Then you got PictoChat. You can chat up to 16 DSs at one time, but PictoChat's mainly just like chatting with your friends or whatever. It's not online or anything, so you do have to have another person with a DS or DSi to use PictoChat. Then you do got the Nintendo DSi browser. Basically, it is like I said, it is a browser, but it's a mediocre browser. It is very slow, and it's Opera based, so it's not very good. Pages take really long to load. And it does not have any Flash support, so you can't use sites like YouTube. YouTube will not work on the DSi's web browser, so it's a very mediocre web browser. But if you just want to look up like your email or something, it will work. But if you have a smartphone or something, do not use this browser. Only use it if you need to use a browser in a pinch and you have your DSi laying around. You can just get like on Google or something, look up a web page. But don't do any massive browsing on the Nintendo DSi browser. I wouldn't really recommend it. Then you got the Flipnote Studio, where like these come pre-installed on the system's memory itself. On the Flipnote Studio, you can draw like little animations and play them back, like a flipbook, which is really cool. Then you got DSi plus Internet. It just shows a little video, basically. It only comes on the Dsi XL. I don't know why, but this model only comes with the Dsi XL. Excuse me. It's just a little video showing you what you can do on the internet. Then these 3 are pre-installed titles from the DSiWare shop. You got Brain Age, Express, Math, and Letters, but these are just little like mini games. They're not like the full Brain Age games that are on the DS itself. The cartridges you buy from the store, the games, they're just like little mini samples of Brain Ages. So they're not that good. Maybe they have 2 or 3 games apiece. And then you got Brain Age, Express, Arts, and Letters at Nintendo. And then you got Photo Clock. I'll go ahead and show you what's in some settings in here. When you go into settings, it does show you your nickname again, and then it just shows what your birthday, and then it does show you your little message. I put the monster, aka the monster. I don't know if you can see that on camera. And then you do got version. I'm currently running version 1.43U, which means indicating United States. It's not a Japanese or a European DS. On the bottom, you do got a couple settings. You do got wireless communications and brightness on page 1. Then you do got profile, date, time, alarm. Then you do got parental controls, touchscreen, mic test, internet. Then you got language, country, system update, format, memory. There would be another option on the front one. There would be another one up here, but I currently didn't update the software because I didn't really want to. And then anytime when you're using the DSi, you can press the power button and it will go back to the main menu. Even if you're playing a game or any application you're using on the Dsi XL, if you just press the power button, it will take you back to the main menu. But if you hold down the power button, it will actually turn the system off. Just press it once, it will go back to the main menu, or if you hold it down, it will turn off, like I said. And anyway, I'll go ahead and start the game and show you how it looks on the bigger screen. I currently have Kirby Superstar Ultra in here. Yeah, and one thing nice about the DSIs and DSi XLs, you can swap games on the main menu. You don't have to turn the system off every time you're about to switch a game. So like I'm on the main menu right now, and I wanted to play a different game. I could take the cartridge out of the back and put in a different cartridge, different game, and it wouldn't actually crash the system, which is really cool. Unlike the first two DSs, you would actually have to turn it off and turn it back on to switch cartridges. But in this one you don't. I'll go ahead and start it. Load times are about the same as a DS Lite or DS. There's no really difference in load times. It loads pretty fast. I'll let the beginning movie play. So there's a Kirby Superstar Ultra. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but it does generally look better than a DS Lite, DS, DSi. Some people say there's pixelation. There is some kind of pixelation, but if you're playing like a big budget game like Mario, Kirby, Pokemon, you really won't get any pixelation. I mean, even on the big budget games or blockbuster games, there are some kind of pixelation if you really stare